seasons. Jeff.
AFL moves into round 5, and today 2 of the powerhouse teams of the 80s slugged it out at Waverley. The Hawks were coming off a 10-point defeat at the hands of the Saints last week at Moorabbin, while their opponents Essendon were also keen to bounce back after having their colours lowered by 1990 premiers Collingwood. At the MCG, North Melbourne was keen to make amends after dropping the points under lights to Carlton, and they tangled with the new glamour side of the competition in Footscray. All the top football action on the AFL Today. And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to the AFL Today. The first of 3 days of football over the Easter long weekend. And of course, don't forget the Bears and the Eagles tonight, live from Carrara. And we'll be crossing there to Sandy Roberts, Bernie Quinlan and Dennis Committee in approximately 90 minutes' time. Well, at Waverley today, Hawthorn and Essendon were desperate to make amends for dropping their matches of last week. The reigning premiers winning only 2 of their 4 outings so far. The Bombers even worse, and before today on the bottom of the ladder. Both had made changes from last week. Hawthorn forced to replace Mew and Hall, and in the major shock of the season so far, Simon Madden dropped to the 2s for the first time since 1982. Obviously, no place for sentiment at Windy Hill. Superb conditions and a big crowd for the game, which we pick up with some highlights of the first half. Our commentators today at Waverley, Bruce McAvaney, Peter McKenna and Tim Watson.
And the Bombers go forward through Greg Anderson, in towards half forward when Langford has dropped the sitter. Chris Langford, Dean Wallace, now Somerville, now Anderson. A hand pass to Denham, the former Geelong Rover from 45 metres, fires in a goal, he's kicked the goal.
Somerville, long, now Somerville again, left foot smothered by Langford. Here's Jenke, well he panicked, gives O'Donnell a chance. Still O'Donnell, can kick this, drop punt, wobbly, does it go through? Yes. Jarman brilliantly done to Brereton, who took it well, and then goes for a short one, good kick in the end. Platten, clever, Handball not so clever. Here's Madigan, switches it back. Ben Allen should kick a goal, and he does, as Kickett's injured.
Pritchard will lead in the race. Will it sit for him? It will. Now he gets onto his right foot. He'll probably look for Dunstall. Here he is. Out he comes and he marks. Oh, 50 metres it's got to be. Across the head.
Almost suicidal in that instance, but then once the ball had gone, he really should have missed.
Jason Dunstall for his 3rd, and he has kicked it. And Hudson, he waited for the bounce. He should have marked it. On left foot, he'll hook it back to Dunstall. Dunstall out. Oh, didn't quite mark it. Almost a mark. Len Nugent on the left foot. Has goal.
Collins. Lawrence clever. Platten's 10th kick. Dunstall versus Flood. Tapped on by Hudson Dunstall. He's kicked 3. Left foot. He's kicked 4. Getting some touches, Danaher. That one Kilpatrick's first touch, but it just fell into Buick. Sold a handball, then squeezes it wide. Good kick in the end, gives Salmon every chance. He's got Izzard inside, goes over the top. Izzard should kick this. Drop punt, 35 metres out. Well, Long will take the mark and kick it for him.
Certainly cost Hawthorn a goal. Tapped down by Somerville was good play. Here's Buick again. Buick from 50 will run. He races in the goal, Darren Buick. And goals.
And Kilpatrick a late inclusion there in the Bomber lineup at half-time. The Dons doing it well, very accurate, kicking 11-4 to Hawthorn 8-10. Essendon by 12 points at the main change. And that's where we pick up play at the start of the 3rd quarter.
Start of the second half with Essendon going to the right of screen, leading by 2 goals. Umpire Howlett was just checking that the ball had enough air in it a moment ago with Peter Somerville, and everything's in readiness. Chris Danaher with his 11th kick, ineffectual. Jenke sits and waits, takes a good mark. It was a good mark because it was against the flow.
And he's back in his rightful place at half-back too, Bruce.
Taken off after an error in the first term, caused a goal. Hudson with a nice stretch, not paid. Somerville, Buick, what an important player he is to Bomber Thompson. His 9th kick coming up to centre half forward. Good kick to Long. takes the mark, plays on quickly, round the body. Salmon one out versus Langford. Oh, good mark, just too tall. Langford disappointed. Salmon with that height advantage, and Langford unable, Tim, to get a run at him there, to get any height himself and thump it away.
Yes. Paul Salmon is a huge man, 6'10", and you do need to be able to get a run and a jump, as you said, Bruce, to be able to knock that ball away.
Well, he did miss one. He's kicked a goal, but he missed a goal in the second term that normally he would have kicked comfortably. This one is as easy as you'd get from 30 metres out, directly in front, drop punt. Goal. So Salmon's kicked his second. Essendon sneak away at 12-4 to 8-10, and they've now kicked the last 5 goals in this match.
Yes, and this goal's starting from the half-back line when Buick got a handball over to Bomber Thompson, and Bomber Thompson coming down the ground, a great kick selection then to Michael Long, putting the ball into space. Michael Long, as always, playing straight on, and then putting a reverse kick back into Paul Salmon, and a great mark.
Back to the centre, a vital few minutes coming up here. Hawthorn have to stem the tide as the kick comes up to half-forward Morrissey. A bad hand pass by Morrissey. Straight to Izzard, off the side of the boot. To the half-forward line, there's 1 Hawthorn man and 3 Essendon. Well done, Michael Long. Jarman has to lay the tackle on Thompson. Thompson in towards Salmon again. In front, it's tapped by Scott McGuinness to the line. Good defensive play, but that's not like Hawthorn at half-forward, where Jason Taylor, a young player, had to battle against 3 Essendon players.
Beautiful play by Michael Long. Hip and shoulder to put himself in the position, and then look the other way and handballed inside to Thompson. Very clever. Salmon doing the ruck work against Langford. Salmon won the tap, laid it down, but Buick couldn't shrug off a tackle. Ayres. This might test Somerville and Lawrence. Somerville got a favourable bounce, goes inside to Kilpatrick, round his body in a hurry. Buick versus Platten. Buick, good mark. An excellent mark against John Platten, who's very disappointed with himself. And a Buick, a goal-kicking rover. Even better, I feel, on the run, but you would back him from here from 35 metres. A drop punt. So he squeezed it in, he has another one. Buick's kicked 2, and the Bombers have got a fly here. They've got a kick start into the second half.
Yes, Essendon be very happy with the way they've started this third quarter. Peter Somerville then not giving the best handball possible to Kilpatrick. He set the ball up a little bit too high for him, but he was able to grab the ball, then screw it back, and Darren Buick took a very good mark over Johnny Platten.
The Bombers by 24 points. Can the Hawks fight their way back into it? Somerville doing well at the centre bounces. The Bombers go forward again. Danaher on the left foot in towards goal. Salmon versus Langford. Salmon, too good. Out-position Langford. Langford was caught underneath it, but Salmon read it better and too strong.
And young Kilpatrick having another kick and part of that ball coming down the field, and Peter Somerville getting the ball out of the centre once again with a clear tap, and it's very dangerous for his side with the ball going into the forward line that quickly.
So Paul Salmon, dangerous with his height and strength down at full forward, has kicked 2. He is right in front. He kicks and he goals. 5 goals, Essendon lead by.
The days are grey, the nights are long, so turn it on, oh turn it on, show me what you've got, turn it on, 'cause when you're hot, you're hot.
Where do millions of jets, helicopters, planes, trains and trucks go when they're low on fuel. The same place you do. BP. BP. On the move.
This Easter, the Queen Victoria Market is open for trading. We are open on Thursday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And Tuesday from 6 a.m. until 2. The Queen Victoria Market for the best Easter times.
Presenting the Wheels Magazine Car of the Year, the new Nissan Pulsar with 25% more power than Laser, 10% better economy than Corolla, and technology you won't see in Honda Civic, like remote control alarm and optional ABS brakes, making the zippy new Pulsar Australia's best small car.
It's a Nissan, that's my car.
You're looking at a couple of loaded guns.
We've got a number 2 in progress from twin number 1.
Wow! Fun for the new dad and mum.
What could be more fun than me?
Is little Michelle turning into a 5-year-old bimbo?
You're my date.
Uncle Toby's presents Full House at 7:30.
I'll start with a Happy Meal.
And at 8 o'clock,
No, not the mama.
discover why Dinosaurs is the hottest new comedy in Australia.
Get your head out of his mouth right now.
A great double from 7:30 Sunday on 7.
It's the biggest margin in the game so far, 30 points. Buick looking for a free kick, Platten on him, kick it comes in, Buick only as far as Taylor, but only as far as Chris Danaher. His 12th kick goes wide. Here's Kilpatrick against Pritchard. Another touch for the young man, the 20-year-old, Terry Danaher. Good take by Danaher, but the handball didn't come out in the end, and Pritchard whipped it off him. Goes back to centre wing. Somerville waited, got a good bounce, shrugged a tackle, Essendon on top. Here's Kilpatrick. Has to wait for it, gets it. Short, not a good kick. Platten half volleys it. Able to rebound it, then runs around Somerville again. A good kick in the end, actually, by Platten to Anderson. Anderson goes short, or good pass. Dunstall on a long, long lead. Brereton one out in the goal square. Dunstall gives him a chance, kicks it to him and kicks it very well. A good play by Hawthorn. It was a set piece, wasn't it?
I was watching Mark Harvey then. He wasn't actually watching the ball himself. He was watching Dermot Brereton, and I really don't think that's a way to play someone such as Dermot Brereton. You've got to line up right next to them and try and move when you feel their body moving also.
It's like a training drill at Glenferrie, that bit of play. Brereton for his first goal. He didn't kick it too well and he missed. Unbelievable. He's not happy. And why should he be? He hasn't had many chances today and he's missed one.
Yes, an unbelievable miss. Top-class players should not miss from 20 metres. Anderson for the half-back line. Taylor wrestling. Mark Thompson caught. Or one-handed punch. Not penalised. Danaher, the tackle was on. Now Platten goes in to get it. Tries an underground pass. And now umpire Brendan Carlin will come in and bounce, but really that can be costly to miss them from where Brereton missed it, the bounce. 60, that's almost a free kick against Somerville. Umpire calls play on. O'Donnell, hand pass back. Somerville cleverly, well, he went the tap on, socket off the ground to half forward. Nugent to Platten. Platten has it lost, loses it to Bailey. Bailey to Kilpatrick, and the Bombers do it well as the kick right out to half forward. Here's a good battle. Collins, and he takes it over the line with Michael Long hot on his hammer, but now it's down Essendon's end.
Listen, I think Glenn Kilpatrick is starting to find his feet in AFL football in this his first game. Came on the second quarter, quiet player, but already in this third quarter, he's had quite a few touches.
Terry Danaher, Lawrence over the back. Buick and Collins, and Hawthorn gained about 15 metres. Well, what a good player Buick's been today. And the Bombers by 29 points at the moment. Lawrence, the star of the grand final in many ways last season. Kick it, oh, well done to Buick. Left foot squares it. Wallace and McGuinness. Wallace taps it only to Jenke, though. Jenke around the body. Chance at the back for O'Donnell. Kick it versus McGuinness. McGuinness kept his eye on it. Now Gary Ayres goes short. Gives Pritchard a run. He loves this setup, Pritchard. Drop punt to Brereton. Flood will try and go with him. Darren Jarman and Bomber Thompson. Still Jarman. Misses it in the end. Flood. Thompson. Pressure on him from Morrissey. Now Brereton. Back to Pritchard. Round the body. Didn't really look. Couldn't. The pressure was too much. And Bailey took the mark.
That was a crucial mark then, too.
So the half-back, Chris Danaher, has had a good game. The short kick into the centre. The dangerous Buick has got it. He can go wide. Now is he off? Yes, he is. He gets around. Condon too slow. The kick into full forward. Salmon has marked. Good lead. Well, good forward play that, and they certainly look better with Salmon at full forward.
Yes, if we go right back to the other end of the field where Dean Bailey took that crucial mark, there was 3 Hawthorn players around him at the time, and Essendon were able to bring the ball forward. Darren Buick, a very clever player.
Paul Salmon has kicked 3. It'll be hard for Hawthorn if he kicks this one. He will kick from about 48, well, right on 50. Paul Salmon. It wobbles to the side, and the Hawthorn fans breathe a sigh of relief as it goes through for a behind. So 59 to 89, 5 goals. Don't write off the Hawks yet. They've got a habit of coming back.
Just his distance, isn't it, Sam? He can't quite make it from that far out. Jenke goes wide, looking for Chris Langford. Normally takes the kickings himself. Up to centre wing. Grinvold, Hudson, Morrissey. Good grab at the back. Plays on quickly. Grinvold puts some pressure on him. Now Pritchard, who's running far off. Good kick to Dunstall. He does it so often, doesn't he? Dunstall's like a trigger. Every time Pritchard gets the ball, he's off.
It's almost like match practice then for Hawthorn as they took the ball down the ground. They gathered in the huddle from the kick out. Darren Pritchard blocked Paul Salmon's run, which allowed Chris Langford to go free way out on the boundary, and then they brought the ball forward.
Dunstall's kicked 4 and misses. So Hawthorn are paying dearly for some opportunities that have gone begging. 8-12 to 14-5. They've had 20 shots to 19, yet trail by 29 points. Terry Danaher couldn't take it. Darren Jarman could. Kicks it back towards Dunstall. Well played, Jarman.
He is a class player, Jarman, Tim, isn't he?
Jarman is a class player, but I still can't believe David Flood attempting then to kick to Terry Danaher. He had a man right on his hammer, and he was also kicking to Jarman, who was always going to retrieve that ball once it hit the ground.
5th goal, is it for Jason Dunstall? He's already kicked 4. Surely he couldn't miss this. 20 metres out. Angle not difficult. He's hooked it. That goal. 5 for Dunstall, and Hawthorn edge a little closer at 9-12 to 14-5.
They're only small things, but those kick selections are sometimes critical in a game of football, aren't they? Terry had a man right on his hammer. Jarman roved the pack, and then the ball's rebounded to Jason Dunstall, who's all on his own.
The Hawthorn champion has kicked 5 in his 150th game. But most importantly, they needed a goal badly, the Hawks. Essendon have been right on top this quarter. Centre bounce is very important. Platten versus Buick, what a contest. Gary Ayres to Allen. Now they're a chance again, Hawthorn, as Allen goes long in towards full forward. Dunstall and Anderson. Oh, great mark, Anderson. Top mark. Outpointed Jason Dunstall. Forced his way to the front. Now he's looking for someone to give it to. He's going wide to Kilpatrick. In fact, he's got a teammate there in Somerville. Somerville swings onto the right foot. Oh, danger for Hawthorn because Buick is loose. He's got pace. He dummies a hand pass. He'll go to Salmon. Salmon versus Langford. Oh, is that a free kicker in the back? Yes, it is against Langford. So Chris Langford having a shocking day. Salmon too tall and too strong.
There's Chris Langford really in a poor position then, having to push having to push Paul Salmon in the back. and that was a definite free kick.
Well, Paul Salmon has kicked 3, and this is the last thing Hawthorn wanted, a rebound goal, but the big full forward kicks and goals. So Salmon has kicked 4, and Essendon 15-5 will lead Hawthorn 9-12.
At Westpac, we understand that when it comes to looking after your own, there's no place like home. And to make buying your home easier, we're offering you a special low interest rate of just 9.25% per annum, together with one low bank establishment fee of $250. This is a limited offer, so talk to your Westpac manager today, because we want you to be as comfortable with your home loan as you are with your new home.
Hi, I'm Darren Clark. You know, every year I look forward to the Great Australian Leather Company sale. Well, it's back with over 50 different styles.
Skirts from only $49. Men's and ladies' suede jackets from only $149. Leather from only $129.
What's more, it's all top quality gear and nowhere near store prices. But if I were you, I'd hurry.
4 days only, Saturday, April 18 to Tuesday, April 21 at Paran Town Hall, Corner Chapel and Greville Streets.
Hey, let me bounce this off you. If you drink, make sure it's in moderation, okay?
He means enjoy yourself, but don't overdo it, because you won't look clever, you'll just look small.
If you're drinking, keep thinking. Moderation.
The waiting is over. Australia's original phantom, Anthony Warlow, returns with his new album, On the Boards. Anthony Warlow, the definitive voice of music theatre, is back on the boards, out Tuesday.
Australian Football Video, in conjunction with the Collingwood Football Club, proudly release a tribute to Darren Mullane, featuring exclusive interviews with Coach Lee Matthews, family, friends, and Collingwood teammates. This outstanding video portrays Mullane's magnificent career throughout his 147 games with the most famous of football teams, and is essential viewing for all football fans. A tribute to Darren Mullane, now available from these outlets.
One taste, and you're hooked.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. I'm hooked on the feeling. I'm believing that you're in love with me.
Next week, a doctor's fatal blunder. A beautiful girl dead from an overdose of prescription pills. Real life. 6:30 weeknights on 7.
The waiting is over.
Special delivery.
A time for new beginnings.
Use the head.
A special delivery on a country practice. 7:30 Monday on 7.
Somerville versus Lawrence. Here's Chris Danaher. Condon and Somerville. And the point I was going to make to him is that Buick's 17 touches have turned into gold on many occasions today.
Yes, Essendon have always looked like they're going to do something when Darren Buick's had the ball in his hands.
15-9 here. Lawrence goes against Somerville. Somerville gets it, but Allen tackled. Condon tackled. A good tackle on him. A quick kick by Izzard. Here's Derek Kickett. He's had a quieter day today. He started very well. Well played, Buick, to kick it to Long. This would be champagne if he can goal. Drop punt, and he has. 16-5, 9-12. Tim Watson, that's as good as you'll ever see.
That is delightful play. You know, sometimes the most important kick in a passage of play is the grubby little kick. Alan Izzard got a grubby little kick out of the pack, but it created the play downfield to Buick, who was on his own.
Great play by the Bombers out of the centre, and it is so important. Here's a chance for Condon. Around the corner he goes. Hudson has been well beaten, but he marks this one. They need him firing on Grenvold. And, oh, there's a shocking kick. It might come off to Condon. He's caught. Loses it to Kickett. And it was bad play, Hudson, a very poor kick. That's holding the ball. It's got to be. And it is. Jarman takes it. The leader's on. Dunstall to the half-forward line and Brereton. Brereton can't mark. Brereton still in after it. Battling away, but it's a loose ball. It comes to Harvey. Harvey to the half-forward line. Terry Danaher. Jenke in front. Races at the ball. Good play, Ray Jenke. Goes to Ayres, who's covered. Somerville hooks it back with the left hand. The Bombers on fire. They've lost it though to Pritchard. Darren Pritchard crashes his way through and kicks it long to full forward. Morrissey and Dunstall. Morrissey has it punched away, a good defensive punch. It's tapped the ground, kicked away, taken by the brilliant Buick. Buick races away. Good play, Buick. And Buick kicks it long. McGuinness at the back. Thumps at the ground. Collins versus Long. Good play, Andy Collins. Brilliant play, Collins to Jenke.
Hawthorn rebound. Drop punt. Nugent in the front. Well played at the back by Bailey. He's been useful. Chris Danaher, Pritchard, now Nugent with a chance to do something constructive. Dunstall and Brereton there, and Brereton unopposed really. Flood too far away from him. And the man for the big occasion would half fancy himself here, I reckon. He's 45 metres out. He's kicked a lot of goals like this over the years. Here we go. Oh. Yes, takes Flood on, bounces, lines it up and kicks it. I'm not surprised. 10-12 to 5. That had Brereton written all over it.
Yes, and Bruce, I know it sometimes looks easy from up here in the box, but David Flood really should have been awake to that. Dermot Brereton took off when he kicked the ball. He was never going to kick the ball from the set position. He was always going to run around him, and he really should have been able to pick that up.
Just warming up now, Dermy, isn't he?
Well, maybe that will lift Hawthorn. They need something. Lawrence. Dermot's done it many. Here's Platten. Goes to Hudson. Now Ben Allen. The short one is on. Oh, Dunstall races at it. He traps it. He's looking. Oh, he should have given it. Kicked it quickly. Hudson is there. Oh, I went for it one-handed. Morrissey a fumble. Socket off the ground as players had scooped out. The ball. Now Anderson, and they did it well, Essendon, out of trouble. To the half-forward line. The dangerous Long has got it. Michael Long back to Buick, and Essendon go forward on his own. Salmon's one out in the square. He's got to get it to him quickly. Salmon versus Langford. Out comes the big fella, but over the back is Long. He picks up. Handball. Open goal. Terry Danaher, and he is goal. Brilliant football, Essendon. Danaher. The Bombers reply with a quick one. 17-5 plays 10-12. Buick on fire.
And I really believe then that Paul Salmon took his hands away from the ball. He knew that Michael Long was in the vicinity. The ball ran over to Michael Long, and unselfish and Essendon really are on fire.
Well, it's still at 35-point margin. Salmon having a magnificent quarter, but Darren Buick has taken this game by the scruff of his neck. His acceleration and pinpoint accuracy. Free kick to Platten against Kickett. Platten from the centre. Flying, here's Ayres. Almost running out of room in the end. A high one, giving Dunstall little chance, but oh, what a good mark. It was always going to be a tough grab, and he was able to do it against Anderson. And you're going to always take a chance here, Tim, by playing.
Yes, Bruce, but when you look at it, Greg Anderson is probably the same height as Jason Dunstall, and player himself, I'd back him against most players his own height in a one-out competition.
Dunstall lines up for number 6. Six goals to Dunstall. And that margin has fluctuated 5 points and 29 points. He's as tall as Dunstall, but he doesn't use his bottom as well as Dunstall can on
Not as big as Jason Dunstall's either. Has made another change, and they've taken Dean Wallace out of the forward line down to the back line on Flood forward line.
Back to the Lawrence. Bomber Thompson loses it. Spawn caught. Pass. Platten to the half forward line. Dunstall and Marks. 50 metres from goal. Or not paid. Hudson caught. Rebounds. Essendon off and running. They've lost it to Condon. Condon on the left foot. In towards half forward. Morrissey pushing and shoving. James Morrissey. A very lucky free kick. He was holding back, Tim. Have a look. He was holding him back. See that?
Who's holding whom?
Oh, I thought a little bit of both. Very unlucky, I thought, Harvey. Morrissey from 50. They need this goal. James Morrissey kicks. It's a long kick. It's a goal. A handy goal to the Hawks. Morrissey kicks his first. 12 plays, 17-5. A great game.
Buying Kodacolour Gold film could give you great photos of your family on an instant. Or win a Toyota Celica. Plus, every pack can win a Pizza Hut pizza or pack of M&Ms. See specially marked packs for details and be an Olympic instant winner with Kodak.
Oh, are you okay? Sure. Just...
Let's have some fun. Let's nibble Nobby's nuts.
Simmons Wheels. Simmons Wheels are now offering mag wheels to approved customers. Fantastic opportunity from Simmons Wheels, the Mag Wheel Centre right now for the week. Unbelievable. Simmons Wheels, the Mag Wheel Street Fitzroy.
Just try.
To be true, can't take off for you. You'd be like hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to.
Discover the mystery behind Arnold Schwarzenegger and see how movie magic is made.
All is not quite what it seems.
On Beyond 2000, Tuesday.
107 to 84. Hawthorn reduced the margin to 23 points. Next goal, vital here. Long. Izzard. Oh, played Buick. Flood. Runs to meet it. Izzard. Still Izzard. He's cheeky, isn't he? To the pocket. In the front was Danaher. Chris Danaher now. Oh, can kick a goal. And hits a post. Well, 12-12, 17-6. Could have run right in.
Yes, he could have handballed it too.
Langford has found Condon. Long kick. Morrissey pushing and shoving again. He goes to get it. He's loose. He's on his own for 20 metres. He should go long to Dunstall. The leader's on, and there's Dunstall, a magnificent lead. On to Ben Allen. Allen is there, and he's got a two. Hudson. Well, if he kicks this, then...
There's a couple of players who've been fairly quiet today. Morrissey and Hudson figuring in that bit of play. The Hawks this game by a long shot, but they really do need to kick another couple of quick goals before the third quarter ends.
Paul Hudson, a 45. Slightly to the right. He hasn't kicked it. Paul Hudson, and they need him kicking goals.
Anderson. Lawrence was a big flyer. Platten at the back. You know, you'll just keep going, Platten. Centres it to Dunstall. Well played, though, by Wanganeen, who's been on the boundary line for a lot today and very quiet. A great kick to Spawn, who has a paddock if it sits. Allen will try and run him down. Spawn lopes away, gets some distance. Danaher versus Taylor. Danaher held his ground. Long's been important in this term. The handball didn't find anybody. Izzard waits for it. Around his body, Ayres and Collins. Collins smothered it well. Oh, bad play really over the top by Flood. Should have given a free kick away. O'Donnell's going to kick a goal. Drop punt through. 18-6 to 12-13. I thought it was a free kick there to Hawthorn. 114 to 85.
As Alan Izzard centering kicked it, and Andy Collins desperately trying to do something with that play. David Flood perhaps giving a free kick away, and Peter Somerville, well, that could almost have been classified as a throw, but Essendon kicking away again.
Gary O'Donnell, 2 goals. Salmon versus Lawrence. The centre bounce vitally important in this game. Back it comes. Anderson caught high. And he's pinned. Oh, boy, it's gone the other way. It's gone the other way, holding the ball. Well, and a loose man, Chris Danaher, receives from Spawn. Danaher over the top. Alan Izzard. Back to Danaher. Danaher on the left foot kicks a goal, and a bad miss by Chris Danaher. He should have snaffled that one. 12-13 plays 18-7. Just over 4 minutes of play left in the third quarter.
This Chris Danaher should have put that through, and I see he's the fellow who's been tagging Anthony Condon. Now got the ball after a kick in.
Goes to centre wing. Marked by Terry Danaher. It's been useful today. If you're a veteran these days at Essendon, you've got to play well to hold your place, and he's done all right. Centres it to Somerville at the back. Langford caught by O'Donnell. Tried to charge through. Well played, Lawrence. Nugent trapped it cleverly. Wanganeen was able to stop his run, though. Nugent's handball was good to Anderson. To Pritchard. Well played, Izzard to put the pressure on. Now Anderson. Still Anderson to Allen. Allen goes wide to Platten. Platten off one leg. Not a good kick. And Thompson takes the mark and plays it on to Buick. What a game. He'll kick it to Anderson. Anderson will take it and swing around and take off. Here we go. A bounce. It'll be a second one. He can go again. Decides not to. Centres it. Salmon. No, Somerville at the back. O'Donnell's kicked 2 already. Still can't get away. Caught by Jenke. Somerville and Lawrence. It's still Essendon with a chance. Chris Danaher. Courageous mark. Players going up and down in the one spot here.
Well, tell me that. Was that holding the ball at half forward or not?
Well, it had a lot of chances and then got caught.
Unbelievable.
It had forever. Chris Danaher short to Salmon. Gets him. But Salmon, this is the range, Tim, that he has problems with. Lawrence in the hands of the trainer. As he's getting his breath back. If Salmon kicks this with 2.5 minutes remaining, Hawthorn are going to really be battling. He's kicked 4. This is about as far as you'd expect Salmon to kick the footy. Drop punt. He's timed it well. He kicked it very, very well for goal. 5 goals for Salmon. 19 to 12. And the Bombers so far have had all the answers.
Yes, they have, and I've been very impressed with the way they've played in this third quarter. A moment ago when the Hawthorn players went forward and they were trying to create a loose man, but they really couldn't break free from the pressure from the Essendon players up the field.
Back to the centre. 7, a big fist away. Ben Allen runs at it. Gary Ayres to Anderson, who's lost it, and the Bombers, they're loose men everywhere. Racing into goal is Terry Danaher, and it's another one.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1992 AFL Premiership season.
Yes, it was certainly a Bomber blitz out at Waverley this afternoon. The Bombers back to top form, Salmon 6, Danaher 3 and Long 3 for Essendon. And for Hawthorn, Jason Dunstall 7 goals, Jarman 3, 32,509 at league headquarters, and there were no reports. Our next game, North Melbourne and Footscray from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. We'll take a break. Back with that after this.
At BP, we like to think our new service stations are the best in the world, which is why our special fact-finding team is constantly checking, as unobtrusively as possible, how well our stations are maintaining the standard. Thank you. We're pleased to say the results have been very encouraging. But why not come and check us out for yourselves? BP, on the move.
At Westpac, we understand that when it comes to looking after your own, there's no place like home. And to make buying your home easier, we're offering you a special low interest rate of just 9.25% per annum, together with one low bank establishment fee of $250. This is a limited offer, so talk to your Westpac manager today, because we want you to be as comfortable with your home loan as you are with your new home.
Safety has always been a high priority to Ford, which is why the new Falcon GLI boasts even greater cabin strength than ever. But most importantly, for the first time, Falcon is now available with optional ABS brakes. Now, what does this mean to you? Simply that your brakes won't lock up under emergency braking conditions, giving you greater control, particularly in the wet. Have you driven the safest Falcon ever? The new Falcon GLI.
The waiting is over. Australia's original phantom, Anthony Warlow, returns with his new album, On the Boards. Anthony Warlow, the definitive voice of music theatre, is back on the boards, out Tuesday.
It doesn't matter how you get there, but whatever you do, don't miss Sportsworks. Find out how your body works in sport and test your skill against the pros. Sportsworks is just one of the exhibitions at Science Works, and it's guaranteed to raise your pulse. Thanks to Channel 7 and Vic Health.
I see there's 50% off top-end holidays.
Really?
7 nights in Darwin and Kakadu from $867.
We better not hang around then.
Grim tidings for the Surf Club.
Just keep the debt collectors at bay a little bit longer.
A rare opportunity.
I'm in dire need of a new art teacher.
Mr. Smooth's approach looks doomed.
Look, just give Mary a chance. Once you get to know her, I'm sure...
I don't want to get to know her.
Bobby's on the warpath.
You better have another think about your stupid bank loan, because I don't want any part of it.
Mars presents Home and Away weeknights.
Footy's huge in 92, and Monday from 8:30, Melbourne and Collingwood, a massive doubleheader. Plus the clash of Fitzroy and St Kilda. 2 big games from 8:30 Monday.
Third place Footscray tackled North Melbourne at the MCG today, giving the now upmarket Bulldogs their first look at the new showpiece of the competition, and certainly something to aim for come September. So far, they're on target. Terry Wheeler, quoted during the week, as saying he wants to win 16 matches. Before today, 3 out of 4. North, again, has been unpredictable. A good win over Richmond was followed by a loss to Hawthorn after leading at half-time, and another to Carlton after being up at three-quarter time. Our commentators today, Drew Morfitts, Ian Robertson and Ross Glendinning, and we pick up play with highlights of the first half.
Long shot for goal. Del Rey can't take the mark. Comes to Chris Grant.
He's in a tight corner. He runs to goal and kicks it.
Trail by just 4 points.
Oh, Carey did brilliantly that time. Grabbed by Rock. Magnificent roving. What a goal! He has had 9 possessions. Up towards centre half forward. Hawkins stays at the back. Missed by Dennis, and Doug Hawkins kicked his second. Former skipper. High ball. Schenko's there. Misses with that punch. Second one. Down to Delray, who snaps and kicks a goal.
Looked as though Hawkins was prepared to play on. Now he kicks it. A floater. Into the front of the goals. Martin can't quite mark. Dennis taken away by Coleman. Coleman across his body. Mark taken by Grant. And he kicks a goal.
Away to German. Off the shoulder, but he missed him. He's met solidly. Well played Wallace. Left it clear path for McPherson. Now Rowan Smith, the youngster, a good mover. In his first season of football. Open goal. Kicks it.
Nicely. Kicks it wide to half forward. If you've got no one to kick it to, that's not a bad ploy. Hawkins back to Atkins. Into Grant. He'll have a set shot from 35 metres out, and he doesn't miss those.
Long kick to Hawkins. He's got the sit. Oh, brilliant. No mark paid. Martin. Bit slow. Delray almost got him. Here's a chance for Kellett. Inside 50. Nigel Kellett. Bang.
Free kick to Anthony Dwyer, who's just come back on the ground. He kicks it into the forward pocket area. High flyer McCarthy. Couldn't mark. Carey off the ground. No, he gathers it. Still got it, Wayne Carey, and kicks the goal. Well done.
Matthew Mansfield back after a broken arm in the Foster's Cup. Good looking kick to full forward. Delray a chance. Collingwood, this is his first goal at last.
And as you can see in the quarter-by-quarters, an excellent term by Footscray, kicking 6 goals, and the Bulldogs leading at the main change by 32 points. We're going to rejoin play now in the third quarter with just under 18 minutes remaining, and the difference has been reduced to 26.
Brayshaw to kick the ball back in for North Melbourne. We've got 17 3/4 minutes left in the third term. And after a fairly ordinary first half, North Melbourne are still very much in this game. Kick in not too bad. Marked by Grant, he plays on. Arrogance. Oh, down goes a Footscray player. Hawkins brilliantly tackled. Rock was too. Liberatore and Rock. Have a look at that. Battle of the midgets. And now the boys in there to show a bit of strength. A free kick has been paid. It's going to North Melbourne. Still Hawkins trying to show some authority. The kick comes out towards Christensen. Handball over the top was on. No mark taken. McPherson skillfully kicks with the left. Not too bad either. Centre half forward. Mark taken back there by Anthony Rock for North Melbourne. As something was mounting for the Bulldogs. Rock kicked pretty good to right half forward. Big punch by Foster. And he's had his hand. Oh, advantage is paid. Spargo in towards centre half forward. Gather is good by Fairley. Spargo again. Hand pass wide. Archer fumbled. Picked it up. Kicks it to the front of the goals. A little bit too far for Martin. Knocks it back to his own advantage. Kick it off the ground. No, he goes with the hand pass. Chance for Scholl. Onto the left foot goes Craig Scholl. And he's kicked a miraculous goal. Magnificent kick by Craig Scholl. And again, Ross, it was a real battle, but eventually they got it.
I was almost going to criticise him for going back onto his left foot. He could have come around onto his right, his natural kick, kicking foot. He did it fine. And that was good play by Martin, too. Kept his eye on the footy, unselfishly kept his feet as well. A lot of players are trying to fall over. But Martin's strength held him there. A critical kick there. Frank Gumble on the North runner, just giving Craig Scholl some words of encouragement.
Well, this is a desperate comeback by North Melbourne. They were down by 43 points and now trail by just 20. Coleman, centre of the ground. Kicks it wide, looking for Hawkins. First touch, yes, the mark paid. North fans not too sure about it.
The umpire's in the right decision, the right position for that decision.
be looking to pass this off. I think too far out to score. Well, he goes for a boomer. Comes up a little bit short. Punched out by Crocker. North Melbourne have the numbers here. Brayshaw, hand pass up in the air to himself. Liberatore. Christensen. Socket forward. Chance for Schenko. But he leaves it. North lifting all over the ground. Spargo's kick to half forward. Carey with Foster. Carey keeps the ball in. He might go for goal himself. Look at this! What a goal!
Fantastic shepherd by Larkin all the way down. Gee, it was good, wasn't it, Ross?
Could have been the best thing he's done all day, that shepherd. And Carey just acknowledging it now. Terrific stuff.
It just might be the sort of thing that could help them lift. They certainly have. But gee whiz, this goal from Carey is great football.
Yes, he's a class player. Could have been a free kick anyway before he got that football. Foster hanging on both arm and jumper. Umpire not paying anything.
Well, Wayne Carey with 10 kicks and 3 goals. He's certainly done his bit. Here's a chance now for North Melbourne once again. It's a left half forward. Larkin leaves it for Martin. Martin's helped at full forward. He's kicked another one. North Melbourne on fire. Magnificent kick by Martin from 50 metres across his body. And Michael Martin has kicked his second goal after starting the game to pull back.
SIO offer a new concept in motor insurance.
SIO? My car's been stolen.
Your name, comprehensive motor insurance, giving free access to 24-hour help.
I'll get you a cab. Can I inform anyone?
With one phone call.
Don't worry, Mrs. Bennett. We've got everything under control. I'll have our claims department call you.
Talk to SIO now for comprehensive motor insurance.
Insurance as it should be.
Phone 649 1234.
In both the NRMA and Motor Magazine Awards, Mitsubishi recently won the important Best Family Sedan category with the new TR Magna. NRMA's road test engineer Bob Hudson justified selecting the Magna in a category previously dominated by Ford and Holden by saying the TR Magna imparted a feeling of class and solidity in the way it looked and drove that put it ahead of the pack.
Fridge is empty like my car. Food Plus. At the bottom of the coffee jar. Food Plus. Gotta get my doggy fed. Food Plus. Out of milk and need some bread. Gotta get to the store with more. I love my Food Plus store every day. Every day. Night and day. Night and day. Of the year.
Fiddler on the Roof is a funny and touching musical that has won the hearts of audiences all over the world, with such wonderful songs as If I Were a Rich Man and Tradition. Come and see the Australian Opera's production of Fiddler on the Roof starring the exceptional Max Gillies. Don't miss this night out at the Victorian Arts Centre with Fiddler on the Roof. To book, phone Bass on 11500. That's 11500.
Custom Tone Kitchens announce a genuine 25% discount offer. Recognised as leaders in the industry, awarded for design excellence, unparalleled quality, service and value for money, Custom Tone have just unveiled their exciting new kitchen designs for the 90s. Visit your nearest Custom Tone showroom now and you could save thousands of dollars with this extraordinary offer exclusive to Custom Tone. No gimmicks, no giveaways, just a genuine 25% discount when you purchase your new kitchen.
For a Melbourne viewpoint, a complete 30-minute bulletin. Not just any news. Jennifer Kite and 7 nightly news.
Legendary heroes and the most deadly monsters in an adventure bigger than your imagination. Clash of the Titans, Sunday, 8:30 on 7.
North have kicked 3 goals in 2 minutes and the last 6 goals for the match. Royal couldn't get hand of ball in there. It's tough. What a fight back it's been by the Kangaroos. Free kick to North. Going to Spargo.
He's had a bit to do with it too, Paul Spargo.
Hoisted high. Fairly with a run at it. Front of the pack, Royal. The hand pass wide for Baxter. Footscray under pressure at the moment. But Grant steadies things down behind centre wing. We're midway through the third quarter and we have an 8-point ball game. It didn't seem likely when Footscray led by 43 late in the second quarter. There's a free kick Footscray's way to Doug Hawkins. Too far out again, Collingwood. Now Steve Collingwood has kicked 2 goals for and 1 out of bounds.
Testing distance, I think, for Collingwood.
Not much gaining ground, and he's a bit wider out. Still kicking from about 49 metres. It's not a bad effort, but he's missed again.
2-5, Drew?
Yep.
I think early in the game, if he'd have kicked straight, he could have just about been classified BOG. He kicked 4 behinds before scoring a goal, Stephen Collingwood. As Mark Brayshaw just a little worried about where to kick it to. Now he decides to go long to the far half back area. Marking contest, punched away, punched back again. Grant skillfully, oh, that should have been a free kick surely against Scholl. No, play goes on. Wallace back towards the wing. Handball cleverly to Hunter. Hunter goes straight towards goal. That's the best form of attack. A punch away by Brayshaw. Coleman deep, throws it. Still North Melbourne under pressure in their back pocket. German goes over the top to Chandler. Chandler's kick to a vacant wing area, and it wasn't a bad ploy. It finds safety of the boundary line. Well and truly, 3 kicks from the Footscray goal. Ruckman gather, Wind and Ischenko. Oh, good punch by Steve McPherson. Now the gather by Storitsky across his body. Well done, Carey. Made the ground and took the mark on his chest. Could go to Christensen. Kicks it into the pocket. Good effort there by Fairley. Keeps it in the forward line. Rock. Sweeping hand pass. Get rid of it, Paul Spargo. He does. Baxter. Now Toohey. And Toohey clears for Footscray. Takes the risk, but it comes off. Wallace marks in the opposite back pocket.
19 possessions, Steve Wallace, midway through the third quarter. Grant marks at halfback. He's lost the boot. And the crowd booing, but can't do much about that. We have 12 minutes remaining to three-quarter time, and Footscray clinging to a 9-point lead. Line held up by Carey. Players covered down the ground. Wine goes for some distance. Well, Royal stayed at the back. The German took the mark on his chest. Pops it up to centre wing. Kellett gets back there. How did he do that? That was fantastic to Wallace. And the ball goes out.
Well, that's the sort of stuff that can encourage your teammates around you. Nigel Kellett badly out of position, not giving away the free kick, and still the ball in Footscray's forward half. Ischenko, that could have been a free kick to the big Russian. He taps it over the back. Scholl caught with the footy, gets the handball away, but Atkins gathers. Handballs to the advantage of Kellett. Kellett runs onto it. Shocking kick. 2 left footers in the second term were brilliant. That one was an ordinary one. Kick it off the ground, son. He does. That was Ross Smith. Steve McPherson. He gets back. He's caught. Chance now for North. Oh, Carey just couldn't quite pick it up. Still a chance for Rock. Go for goal, son. The long kick by Rock is a goal. It's bounced on the line and it's just gone over. Well done, Anthony Rock. North Melbourne trail by just 3 points after, well, Ross, you would have had to have been a supreme optimist to give them a chance in the first half.
Well, they're going to have to play their best quarter of football for the whole season, Rob, and they're doing that at the moment. And again, some great body work there by Ross Smith and other players on that half-forward line. Now the ball is spill free. They capitalised very well.
2 goals to Anthony Rock.
Footscray's last goal was at the 22-minute mark of the second quarter. Since then, North 7 goals won to 3 behinds, and they're within a kick. Wallace keeps it going. He's been superb today for Footscray. Scholl takes it away, and maybe a kind bounce went for North that time. Spargo, centre wing. Footscray lead by 3 points. Spargo's kick to Martin. Good mark. And if Michael Martin can kick this, North hit the front. He's kicking from about 50 metres.
What do you think, Ross?
Well, he gets plenty of distance, so I just want to say if he kicks it like he does and he concentrates on kicking from full back, kicking out from the point, he should get this.
He went from full back to full forward late in the second quarter. He's kicked 2 goals, going for number 3. Away to the right. They trail by 2 points.
Bit of an anti-climax there. Some good lead-up play by North Melbourne to get the ball out of defence. Now the kick in by Campbell. Oh, good mark. Well done. Hunter, nearly caught. Gets the handball away. Tui, experienced. Back, the hand pass missed its target. Kellett went after it with ferocity. Mansfield, Hunter's kept going. Sweeping hand pass. Chance for Baxter in the centre of the ground. Kicks it directly towards goal, and Royal marks. Deeper than perhaps Footscray would have wanted the ball, but certainly within scoring distance, and doesn't mind kicking a goal. Brian Royal. "40 metres out. Kick looks pretty good. No, it just misses to the right. Disappointing result for Footscray.
Restructuring the North back line by one. Chimwish has worked very well. The players just got one-on-one and they're sticking to their task very well.
Footscray lead by 3 points.
9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. What a comeback it's been by the Kangaroos. Rock marks just inside the line.
Good kick by Brayshaw.
A couple of times he's measured it off well.
Well, Rock's looked at his rating too.
The kick to centre wing. Coleman for Footscray. Spoiled by Carey. The ball stays in. Storitsky. Throw in.
Through there, the valley of a centre-half forward just contesting everything. If he hadn't tried to get to that contest and spoil the ball, all of a sudden Footscray under attack again.
Schenko and Wine. Liberatore went without it that time. Hunter. High ball to the 50-metre line. It bounces through. Chance for Royal. Brian Royal's got it. Dragged down in the tackle. It put his kick offline, and the ball's out of play. Richard Dennis, the tackler.
Certainly intense football now. Closeness of the scores, bringing just a little bit more fierceness out of all the players. Hawkins, Collingwood kicks it behind. 2 goals, 6 to Steve Collingwood. And the lively half forward has had 12 possessions, 10 kicks, 2 hand passes, 2 goals, 6. Brayshaw still looking. He's found a teammate. Again, it's German. At half back. Running is Crocker. Brilliant running by Crocker. Ordinary kick. Just slews off the side. Carey's left it behind. Foster caught. Liberatore. Away to Hunter. Hunter's done well. And that pass is all right. Wine. Kellett. Nearing the centre of the ground. Kicks it wider still. Mark taken by Royal. Hand pass. Atkins may kick a goal. Atkins does kick a goal. Brilliant football, Footscray. Simon Atkins gets his first goal, and Footscray a little bit of breathing space. 12-17, North Melbourne 11-13.
Yes, and that's the advantage of a quality play and a quality possession. Atkins doesn't waste too many. Gee, what a critical goal for this team. Adding on for North, Archer off.
Steadying goal for Footscray after North had kicked 7 in a row. Liberatore to Steve Wallace. Wide for Royal again, starting to come into the play. Brian Royal, state player, and Footscray's best and fairest in his first season. Just back for the last 2 weeks and started both games on the bench. A lead from Coleman, ignored by Royal. Goes out to the pocket to Delray. Maybe Delray a better kick, but he'd need to be from out there. Kicking from all of 50 metres. But he kicked 7 last week. He's got 2 so far today. Won't quite make it. In the goal square. Collingwood! Freak goal!
At Westpac, we understand that when it comes to looking after your own, there's no place like home. And to make buying your home easier, we're offering you a special low interest rate of just 9.25% per annum, together with one low bank establishment fee of $250. This is a limited offer, so talk to your Westpac manager today, because we want you to be as comfortable with your home loan as you are with your new home.
SIO?
It's true. SIO provide a free local taxi to get you home or to your next appointment. It's free with SIO comprehensive insurance.
Don't worry, Mrs. Bennett. We've got everything under control.
Insurance as it should be.
15 teams ready to battle it out in the 1992 season. They're all here in the AFL Football 92 sticker book and stickers. The book, full colour and packed with information. The stickers, collect and swap them. You'll have a fantastic souvenir of the season. All new action shots, great competition prizes, and 6 bonus stickers. All part of your Football 92 sticker book from Select, the ultimate collection. Book and stickers available now.
I've known some pretty good all-rounders, and I've had a few tea breaks. So I can tell you, the new Tetley All-Rounder has a lot going for it.
Thank you.
Naturally, the tea quality is excellent. But each Tetley All-Rounder also has 2,000 perforations to let the real tea flavour flood out, which guarantees you a better cup of tea all round.
The new Tetley All-Rounder.
A better cup of tea all round.
Right now, you can get the dining table you need for around $2,000. Or, during April, you can take your $2,000 to Freedom Furniture, get the dining suite you need, and we'll throw in a bookcase. Not to mention a light and a 20-piece dinner set. And you'll still have enough left over to buy the lounge room you want, with change to spare. To get what you need and what you want, drop into Freedom all this month. Freedom. Good design, great prices.
Green Seas, the only tuna in 100% light olive oil. So now the freshest tuna in 100% light olive oil is caught in Green Seas.
Discover the mystery behind Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator and see how movie magic is made.
All is not quite what it seems.
On Beyond 2000, Tuesday.
Footscray answering the challenge and leading by 18 points at three-quarter time. We're going to join the match again in the last quarter with some 19 and a half minutes remaining. North Melbourne has added 2 points.
Carey with 13 kicks and 4 hand passes. McPherson clears for Footscray. Wide to the opposite half-back area. Scholl and Wallace. Wallace overruns it. Scholl cleverly. Away he goes to Chandler. Chandler to centre-half forward. North Melbourne mark to Larkin, who has been very quiet, but boy, if he kicks this, the game will liven up totally.
Captain's goal.
6 kicks and 6 hand passes for Matthew Larkin, but this is his most important kick for the afternoon. And it is a perfect kick. Matthew Larkin in the last quarter. A critical goal. 18 and a half minutes left. 10 points the difference in Footscray's favour.
Well run too to Craig Scholl on that outer ring, one-on-one with Wallace. Difficult situation coming from behind. Did it well and set up that play. More small men starting to get back into the game here. Footscray's smaller players dominated early. More quality possessions by those players, but North pulling back.
Just under 18 and a half minutes remaining. 10 points the difference. Lashenko straight to his opposite ruckman Wayne. Crocker caught by Coleman. Good tackle. Liberatore picks up the crumbs. Great tackle on him. Grabbed by Grant. Into Atkins. He didn't see the tackler coming. Terrific stuff. Ross Smith gets it away to Spargo. North running again. Rock to half forward a lead. Oh, he got underneath the ball, McCarthy. And Campbell once again standing firm. Baxter. Rock. Oh, he did well to get a fingernail to that and see the ball out because he had Coleman bearing down.
Well, Footscray's character will be tested now. They've got a lot of young, inexperienced players in the team. And question time for the Bulldogs. Scott Wine, strong. Liberatore, away to McPherson. He's able to run. A good shepherd by Atkins on Spargo. McPherson's kick straight to the goal square. Chance for the Bull. Oh, there's a free kick, surely to Royal. The goal has probably been kicked by Del Rey, but the umpire will ask for the ball to come back. And quite a fresh-faced Brett Allen, the umpire here today, and he's done a pretty good job with Dennis Rich. Brian Royal has the free kick directly in front of goal, only 20 metres out, not even that. And I would think he'd kick this. And he bangs it through. So Brian Royal kicks his first goal. And maybe a relieving goal there for the Bulldogs. North Melbourne looking threatening. But Footscray get their 14.
Yes, Robin, you mentioned the inexperienced players at Footscray. It's those experienced players like Royal, Hawkins, Coleman, Foster, that must steady them. That was a very steadying goal. A bit stiff to Risky. He tried, I mean, it definitely was a free kick. Just a bit overzealous once more, trying to dispossess Royal of the footy.
That's by umpire Rich in the middle. Wine takes his own palm down. Steve Wallace. Straight through. Atkins. Taken by Christensen. March draft pickup from Geelong. Campbell again. He's braining them in the last quarter. Kicked by Tony Campbell. A high one to the wing. Coleman front position. Lost sight of it. Scholl punches away to his opposite number, Wallace. Brian Royal charging at it. Grant gives him a run. Chris Grant in the open. He can have a bounce and come closer. 25 metres from goal, steers it low and kicks it. 4 goals to Grant.
Clever play there too by Brian Royal, just drawing the player to him. Could have handballed initially very quickly over the top, allowed the North player to run at him, and Grant very cleverly, low trajectory kick through for a goal. They did that very well. He's been well held in this in the third quarter by Crocker.
Well, Footscray have answered the challenges, and here's Collingwood away to Atkins. Atkins straight towards goal, and there's another one.
At BP, we like to think our new service stations are the best in the world, which is why our special fact-finding team is constantly checking, as unobtrusively as possible, how well our stations are maintaining the standard.
thank you.
We're pleased to say the results have been very encouraging. But why not come and check us out for yourselves? BP, on the move.
Australian Football Video, in conjunction with the Collingwood Football Club, proudly release a tribute to Darren Mullane, featuring exclusive interviews with Coach Lee Matthews, family, friends, and Collingwood teammates. This outstanding video portrays Mullane's magnificent career throughout his 147 games with the most famous of football teams, and is essential viewing for all football fans. A tribute to Darren Mullane, now available from these outlets.
I hate Peter Pan!
Who? Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams, Julia Roberts, Bob Hoskins, Hook.
It's a great day to be out on the road, but it could easily become the worst day of your life. You can't change the situation, but how would you like a second chance to choose your tyres?
Can tyres make a difference?
Good you can. If it only saves you once a year, it's a good year.
Live action between Brisbane and West Coast tonight. These two are in for a big one. Don't miss it. Brisbane and West Coast, live and exclusive from 7:30 tonight. Missing out on a little bit of this and a lot of that? Well, stick around because Steve's back with Gina, Terp, Chevy, Dimples, Nick and Steady all week with Steve.
And Ross, they seem to have the answers, don't they?
Yes, they just come back at the right time.
And to their credit, Footscray, the questions were being asked, but gee, they've done well. North Melbourne striving at every opportunity to get through. Christensen, short kick. No mark to Martin, ball at the back. McPherson, away to Campbell, who's been as steady as a rock back there at full back. Kick in towards the centre. Ischenko, Spargo, run down by Atkins. Kick falls short. Kick off the ground, missed by Campbell. McPherson tidies up, kicks it back towards the half-forward area. Scholl missed it, went after it again. Coleman a little slow, but he's able to hold it in, and it just may be critical because the umpire now calling play on. Kick by Fairley. High. Spargo punched away by Wine. Chance for German. Just grabbed by Atkins. Was critical again. Mansfield. Kellett with pace. Handball too fierce for Atkins. He's still got it. He taps it to the advantage of Foster. Foster, short kick. Goes nowhere in particular. Out comes Hawkins. Oh, he went for the big bump on Ross Smith. But Ross Smith able to clear for North Melbourne. Handball away to German. And the Northerners up towards half-forward where the mark is taken by Spargo.
12 minutes remaining. North playing like they can still win it. Comes to the back. Ischenko can't grab it. Baxter does for Footscray. Going across the ground, having a bounce. Well played by Darren Baxter, and he picks out Collingwood. Zigzagging it around now. Hawkins, look at the support. Baxter again. A mighty kick to Delray. Didn't get first touch. Royal kept it going forward. Players of both teams really having a dip. This is top stuff.
Yeah, they do
tired
look
boys
tired,
out there.
don't they? Yeah,
Oh.
just thinking the same thing, Ross, that the ball is just zipped up and down the ground at great pace. Umpire Rich, a good bounce. Ischenko. Atkins just leaves it behind. Could have been another bit of play there for Simon Atkins, but just slipped out of his grasp.
28 possessions for Atkins.
And again, gee, he plays well in that centre position. He's got it again, can't get through, and the umpire calls for another bounce. So under 11 minutes left now. North Melbourne have to kick 5 goals and keep Footscray goalless to win the game. Delray, Christensen, here's a chance for Crocker, gets past Liberatore, Sturitsky, now German. Wide at half-back, kicks it in towards the centre. Wine. Oh, I tell you what, he's played a fantastic game. So has this guy. Footscray have been brilliant. Grant leaves it behind. Crocker a bump. Now taps it out for Sturitsky to run. Hand pass over the top. Larkin's a chance. Runs through the wing, kicks it towards centre half forward. Wine gets back and will... No, he doesn't mark. Misjudged it. Martin. Foster. Mansfield and Wine. Good play. Wine now, no messing around. Kicks it wide towards half-back. Punched away by Scholl. Goes back towards the 50-metre line. Bumped by Annie. Christensen, little kick off the ground by McPherson. German goes back further. Scholl taps it to his own advantage. Can't quite gather it. Fairly, hand pass over the top. German tries to tap it on. Liberatore. Oh, they're really having a tired go now. The tackling has been fierce. Christensen tackled from behind. Chance now for Dwyer. Kick towards the goals. Is out of bounds on the full, and maybe the commentators will get some relief. It's only temporary. The kick in has been marked by Baxter.
It's quick, isn't it, on a big ground. Here's Wine. He's taken 11 marks and had 19 disposals now. Mansfield. Ischenko. Debuting for his third league club today. Into Staritsky. Not great penetration with that. A very high kick. Wine again. Mark number 12.
Oh, he's been great, Scott Wine.
Glenn Archer back on. Ross Smith, he was looking very, very tired.
McPherson to Foster. Kick by Foster in the direction of Ischenko again. This time he can't take the mark. He's kept off it. The hand pass was given. Royal blocked it. He finds Grant.
Brayshaw just falling over the critical time.
And good running by Steve Wallace. And he kicks the goal. Look at this Footscray unit. They're celebrating now. It's 4 wins in 5 games.
Gee, Steve Wallace has come back to senior footy so well after that broken wrist last year. He missed close to a half a season. And his running today has been superb. A little bit quieter in that third quarter. Gee, his first half was terrific.
Bounce back in the centre. Wine still jumping high. Oh, and tackling. Dwyer going nowhere. Liberatore going somewhere. Kicks it to centre half forward. Mark taken by Fairley for North Melbourne. Fairley at centre half back. Kicks it wide. Out towards the wing. Dwyer, good mark. Could have nearly played on. Now he does. Christensen up towards half forward. Kicks it towards full forward. Punched away again. Good play by Tui. Ball at centre half forward. Larkin. Shot for goal by Matthew Larkin. He hooks the ball a little too far. And it's through for a behind. On goal 2 to Matthew Larkin. Scoreline, Footscray 17-19, North Melbourne 12-16. Difference is 33 points. Tui, left half back. Kicks it towards half forward. Oh, what a good mark by Coleman. And he made it look so simple. Hooks the kick in towards the pocket. Punched away, Royal. Can he control the football? Hand passes further afield. Collingwood gets through. Steve Wallace. Sweeping hand pass to no one in particular. Royal. Close to the ground. He's crunched. But he'll get up. A tiger he is. Brian Royal in the Dogs' kennel. Boundary throw in. 50 metres from goal for Footscray.
Well, Glenn Coleman's taken 8 marks. Here's Atkins over his shoulder towards the goal square. Dennis charged straight at it. Left it behind him for Hawkins. The hand pass up to Royal, and Royal will kick another one. (18-19 to 12-16).
And again, the senior players of the Footscray side just settling down. Hawkins, Royal, Coleman taking that great mark on the other side. Often makes the easy things look difficult and the difficult things look easy. It's the pace also, the smaller players from Footscray still shining through. Kellett, Collingwood, Atkins, sure ball handling in the centre has just been too good for the North Melbourne side.
And Brian Royal has been good too with 2 goals. Wine, McPherson. I'll tell you what, Scott Wine. Oh, Steve McPherson perhaps a little too positive. Chris Grant may have given away a free kick. Del Rey gets the handball away. Royal again. Shares it with Hawkins. He in turn with Atkins. He stands and delivers. Simon Atkins. And there it is, the death knell for the Kangaroos.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1992 AFL Premiership season.
And Footscray going on to score there by 39 points. Collingwood got 4 goals and Grant got 4. And for North Melbourne, Martin also 4 goals and Carey got 3. 22,562 at the MCG this afternoon, and there were no reports. The other game played today, certainly the upset of the round, Sydney scoring by 21 points, one of their few victories at Princes Park over Carlton. Strooper got 3, and for the Blues, Kernahan got 4. There were 2 reports, Higgins of the Swans for allegedly striking Bradley, and Kapler of the Swans for allegedly charging Sexton. Now, unfortunately tonight, owing to technical problems, we can't bring you Scotty Palmer. I can tell you also tonight, we're going to have live football coming up shortly from Carrara. It's going to be Brisbane versus the West Coast. And tomorrow, round 5 will continue. The game is at Football Park and the clashes between Adelaide and Richmond. And the round will conclude on Monday. Melbourne and Collingwood, the big one from the MCG. And Fitzroy will take on St Kilda. And don't forget, our special replay is time to start at 8:30. And of course, also tomorrow, don't forget Sports World starting at 9 o'clock with Bruce McAvaney, and Bruce will be telling you what's in Sports World at, round about half time in the game between the Bears and the West Coast Eagles, which, as I said, is coming up in just a few moments from Carrara. Big day of football, great one for Footscray supporters. The Bulldogs, of course, have the bye next week, so they're really charging along well in season 1992. That takes us out from the replay, and a reminder, don't forget the special replay on Monday at 8:30.
This has been another 7 Sport production, the network of the 1992 Barcelona Olympics.
News Update, brought to you by Vulcan Dishlex.
Easter fashion clearance.
It's McCain Video Frenzy time. Hire one latest release video, get one free. Pick up any McCain Pizza Video Frenzy pack, clip the coupon and take it to your Movieland video store. Details on the packs. Ah, McCain, you've done it again.
P.D. James reveals a riveting twist of intrigue in the bizarre mystery of the Black Tower. Saturday.
Football 92, proudly brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors, BP Australia, CUB, Westpac, SIO, and Vulcan.
AFL Today, 2 matches to complete the Easter round. Traditional rivals, Melbourne and Collingwood. The Demons have recast their team for this big challenge and face their 3rd successive defeat unless they can find a winning formula. The Magpies were injury hit last week but survived to remain undefeated. They'll need to keep up the perfect record to retain top spot. And Fitzroy against St Kilda. The Lions have won 2 out of 3 and have earned their newfound respect. If the Saints could repeat their first quarter form last week against Hawthorn, they'd be premiership favourites. But they haven't found consistency yet. All in AFL Today. Good evening and welcome to our replay. If you're at the footy today, you'll know what to expect tonight. And if you're just back from your Easter break, stand by for 2 top games tonight. And firstly, we go to the MCG and the biggest crowd of the season, 64,000 people, to see Melbourne take on Collingwood. Couple of changes in the announced teams. For Melbourne, Greg Healy dropped out and also Lamb, replaced by Beveridge and Brett Lovett. And for Collingwood, Shane Morwood was out, replaced by Monkhorst. We're going to pick up the replay halfway through the first quarter, Melbourne leading by 10 points. And in the commentary box are Peter Landy, Ian Robertson and Don Scott.
So play recommences. Monkhorst, chance for Glenn Lovett. First onto the right, then onto the left. And gets his kick away. It's not too bad either. It's to the advantage of Tingay. Well, Stretch didn't read that. I think the tap was meant for him. He intercepts nicely in the finish. Kicks towards full forward. No mark taken. Chance for Sullivan. Shot for goal by Chris Sullivan. Gee, this is close. It's awfully close. It's a goal. Well done, Chris Sullivan.
It really floated in the breeze, that one, Robbo, and went every which way, didn't it?
And playing just his 2nd game, has kicked a great goal for the Demons.
Chris Sullivan
Played a few years in the under-19, showed a lot of ability when he first went down there. Seemed to mark time for a little while. Played in the under-19s and reserves, but it's great to see this youngster come through into the senior side.
Into the centre again. 16 points the difference. Melbourne doing most of the attacking. And with Beveridge in possession, they could get another one here. And very close. Beveridge's tally for the afternoon now 1-1. So far 4-6 to 2-1 at the MCG.
Gee, Collingwood will have to lift around that centre square.
Well, everything's going right. Everything's going right as far as Melbourne are concerned. I mean, and Collingwood, nothing's going right. So I can see danger signs there for Melbourne if they don't keep applying themselves.
Well, they're applying themselves at the moment. Steins chips in to take a good mark.
What if they keep playing like this? They'll win by 10 goals.
But Collingwood are better than what they're showing. They'll lift.
Schwartz, well, they'll have to, Don, wouldn't they?
Well, Melbourne may not let them.
Now Schwartz seems to fancy himself to just about get this distance. Kicks it to the man on the mark, so not good play. Steins with a tap on, so they may get a reprieve here. Schwartz again tries to get past Christian on the left foot, kicks from right on 50. No one in the goal square except Monkhurst, who takes the safe mark. Back it comes to Richardson, who kicked Collingwood's previous goal. Nice sidestep to get the Magpies out of trouble. He'll kick up towards centre wing position. Looks for Williams, got the front position and two hands to it, couldn't take it. Now he's got another chance, get buffeted from behind. Francis gives him up support. Again, it's Richardson, short of right centre wing, spears in the pass, and a beautiful intercept down there by Yates, who's taken the ball out of bounds. So ball in front of the members' stand. Beveridge, playing well, Beveridge. More than a nuisance up forward. Gaffer, Krasiska, Pickering with a little short left footer. Trying to get it up to Gary Lyon, but good block by Gaffer, and the ball was taken out of bounds in Melbourne's left forward pocket.
Really handling the responsibility of captain well, Gary Lyon.
30 plays 13, 9 minutes left in the quarter. Melbourne having most of the scoring opportunities so far. Collingwood would certainly have to lift if they're to get back into the match. And they may very well do that shortly. On the boundary line is Francis, who gets it back. Taken away by Russell. Russell kicks towards the right half forward position, and Starcevic has taken the mark. Gets the hand pass away quickly to Troy Lehman. Up towards Watson. He'll look for the hand pass. Back in turn it comes to McGuan. 50 metres out. He can kick long and will. Oh, McEwen, great attempt to mark, but out of bounds in the forward pocket and no score.
Actually, to get back into a game that's only about 20 minutes old is a bit tough, Peter. Collingwood, I mean, they've kicked 2-1. Melbourne have kicked 4-6.
They've started better.
That's about right. Road now to Glenn Lovett. The kick is smothered. And it's forced out of bounds in the opposite forward pocket for Collingwood. So the Magpies have got a chance to kick a goal. We've got 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Steins, Manson giving away centimetres. Steins gets the tap. Dacos harassed out of it. Steins gives away ground. Glenn Lovett across his body. No one home out there for Melbourne. McGuan marks. Short kick in towards centre forward. Russell's caught. Handball away. Tingay must go. Krasiska does. Hard at the footy. Here's Francis. Ducks his head again. Lehman from the pocket. Kick for goal by Lehman. Looks pretty good. No, it just misses. Fans at the back of the goals probably give you some indication. They got a little excited, but it's their second behind. They're 2-2 trail Melbourne, who are 4-6.
Ball back into play. No one can take that mark. This is right. Long way out from goal. Marking contest in the square, and they'll try to tie this up, Melbourne, and in fact it's rushed through for only one behind.
Why wasn't that a free kick to the Melbourne player standing there? Road, I think it was. Collingwood player running straight back at him.
Well, I thought it was a good effort by the Collingwood player. He didn't try to infringe. He was trying to take the mark, and I think the umpire interpreted the same.
He's going to kick in. Not a long kick. Doesn't matter. It's a Demons ball. Tingay takes it from Goodwin. Well-positioned kick. Gary Lyon at left centre wing. Who's he got at half forward? Looks for Jakovic. Gets underneath the ball. Hecker with Viney. Viney takes it off him.
A real scoring opportunity here. It sits beautifully for him. Gets onto the right foot for a superb smother by Alan Richardson, who's taken the ball over the boundary line.
Now, what Viney was trying to do there was spot Chris Sullivan. Now, Chris Sullivan was on the edge of the 10-metre square, and Viney was trying to pass it. Consequently, the ball didn't go very high. Easy ball to smother.
Henwood, the Moose. Sullivan in the pocket. Right foot snap. Looks pretty good. He's got it. His second. Not much of him, but two great goals. 5-6 to 2-3.
Well, what enthusiasm this side is playing with. Melbourne side there on screen. Young Chris Sullivan, his second goal. The ball coming down in dispute. It just happened to sit for Sullivan. 20 metres out. The angle a bit of a hard one, but still not a problem for that youngster. His second.
Melbourne lead by 21 points. Collingwood get the ball out of the centre, but Yates takes a fairly straightforward mark between full-back and centre-half-back. No one to kick it to, really. Now he goes in short. Phoebe marks, plays on. Short kick in towards the centre. Sullivan gathers it. Doing well, Chris Sullivan. Little kick, not bad. In front of Djakovic. Pert's got him. You must be penalised. You have to be penalised there, Alan Djakovic.
He does that so well, usually, Djakovic. You can see there mouthing off that he was tagged at his own game. And good play, Gary Pert.
Pert kicks it back towards the wing. Mark is taken by Williams in front of Schwartz. Not quite up to the wing.
Djakovic not happy with Pert, gone back, remonstrating.
Williams kicks long. No one there for Collingwood. Tingay, the way he goes to Henwood. Henwood up to the action attraction. Pert and Djakovic. Pert drops it. Djakovic will get another one. Well, now, does he get put off because of what Djakovic did?
It was just no, it wasn't that at all. A lot of full forwards always seem to be in the right position at the right time. Either the ball runs for him. Now, he was right out of position. Watch this. Just watch the unfortunate bounce as far as Gary Pert's concerned. Djakovic pushed and just happened to be running in the right way. Pert was doing everything right except he got pushed at the critical time. And you could say good play, Djakovic.
And I bet you've got plenty to say to Gary Pert right now.
5 minutes left in the first quarter. 6-6 to 2-3. Djakovic gets his second goal. And so Melbourne performing a pretty good opening term so far. Francis with the opportunity, dragged off it. Dacos can make amends. Peter Cameron, though, has whistled play.
It's interesting to see what Melbourne are doing. They're starting Goodwin at centre-half forward for the bounce down.
Bad pass, Tingay. Tingay kicks to left centre wing. Now Todd Viney, I guess I got a beautiful bounce. He didn't in the end. He did well to get it back to Tingay. Not too much support for him there. Has to go long up towards half forward. Hecker runs at the ball well. Lyon, a quick hand pass. Krasiska, a high kick under pressure to midfield. This is going to be an important ball to win here. Phoebe will win it in front of Startovic. Then kicks it out to the vacant half-forward flank. Pert, a kilometre and a half in front of his opponent. Then there's Startovic and Cuthbertson. Ball spills free again. Picked up by Graham Wright. Should have got the first goal. Kicks to left half-forward. Watson, the youngster. Great snap and gets it. So Shane Watson puts through his first goal for the afternoon, and Collingwood get their third. 3-3 to 6-6 at the MCG.
Well, he had big raps as a youngster, this Shane Watson. I was impressed with that little bit of play there, in as much as he tried to punch the ball on. He didn't get it on, but he was first to recover and showed a lot of composure in kicking his first goal. He has kicked 8 for the season and is Collingwood's leading goal kicker. That was his 9th.
Well, Melbourne have done pretty well at centre breaks. Collingwood a chance here. Monkhurst gathers it. Handball to no one. Henwood misses it. Through goes Wright. Manson held around the neck, surely, against Goodwin. And Manson will take the free kick just forward of the centre circle.
What Goodwin's doing, starting at centre-half forward, runs forward to centre-half back. Stein's on the ball, then Schwartz to centre-half forward.
Ball to the forward pocket, McEwen. Good mark. Collingwood fans happy with that. Ronnie McEwen about 30 metres out in the right forward pocket.
Well, McEwen has been used as a full forward on other occasions for Collingwood. mainly as a shock move. He starts at full back, plays there, then when they've got a problem he goes down forward and does kick goals.
And kicks them like that. Beautiful kick. Didn't look like missing. Straight through the centre for McEwen's first. Collingwood get their fourth. Melbourne lead 6-6 to 4-3.
Well, another player to come up through the junior ranks, Ron McEwen. 2 at Ireland in 1985 with the schoolboys team. Played in the under-19s. Reserves. And has had an in-and-out season, McEwen, but a player who has a lot of ability.
Closing stages of the first quarter, 3 minutes left remaining. Jim Steins, 6-6 to 4-3 after McEwen's goal. Lovett gives the hand pass away to the Moose. Henwood's kick long. Oh, it might bounce through. Djakovic will he get his third for the quarter? He will!
SIO?
It's true. SIO provide a free local taxi to get you home or to your next appointment. It's free with SIO comprehensive insurance.
Don't worry, Mrs. Bennett. We've got everything under control.
Insurance as it should be.
Brash's announced their store-wide Easter Tuesday sale. Bargains galore throughout the store. TX videos slashed to $297. Cordless phones are crazy $99. And the sensational Apple Mac PowerBook 100 is under $2,000. One day only, tomorrow only. Be there. Where? The answer is Brash's.
Have you seen the 4-day offer at Roger David?
Yeah, you see the double-breasted suits, they're just $160.
And did you know that when you buy a suit worth $249 or more like these, you get 3 executive collection shirts worth $90 absolutely free?
Hey, I like the look of those sports coats. They're from $130. And trousers are just $45.
Well, we better get moving. These offers end this weekend at Roger David.
Pizza fingers, that's the snack for me. Wholesome, natural, with no MSG. They look so good, they smell so fine. I eat them with joy, tasted the wine. Yummy, yummy pizza fingers, she's the snack for me.
Yes, it's brand new Pizza Fingers. Delicious little pizzas wrapped in crepe pastry. Fantastic at barbecues, dinner time, parties, anytime. And all natural Pizza Fingers are so quick and easy to prepare.
Another quality product from the Marathon family.
Right now on 2BS, it's 25 minutes to 3. Don't forget, we're going to be with you right through the 4 o'clock zone.
You can't change the situation. But how would you like a second chance to choose your time?
Can tyres make a difference?
Good you can.
25 degrees, it's a beautiful day and the surf's up, so listen to this. Serve up for you. Hey!
If it only saves you once a year, it's a good year.
Hi, Mum, it's Don. Here's Deirdre.
Hi, Grandis Deirdre, here's Dennis. Hi, Grandis Dennis, here's Daisy.
Hi, Don, it's Doris.
What's the hurry? When a Telecom STD call right now to say Sydney or Adelaide has just dropped even further to only $1.25 for 5 minutes. So what are you waiting for? Call STD now.
Then I played with Dolly, then Tracy came over and then we watched telly. And then...
Prejudice.
Shouldn't I expect this sort of thing?
And ignorance.
Assault's assault, and I'll charge anyone who commits it on anyone else.
A question of guilt.
I remembered. It wasn't me.
And denial.
Better to work it out and face up to it.
A happy arrival.
We love you so much, we were wondering if you wouldn't mind being godparents.
And goodbyes. A country practice, 7:30 tomorrow on 7.
Missing out on a little bit of this and a lot of that? Well, stick around, because Steve's back with Gina, Terp, Chevy, Dimples, Nick and Steady all week with Steve.
Well, the Demons really getting out of the blocks quickly and leading by 20 points at the first change. Alan Djakovic getting 3 of their 7 goals, and they certainly were revved up into action after their disappointing performance last week. We pick up the resumption of play at the start of the second quarter.
We begin the second quarter at the Melbourne Cricket Ground with the Demons leading by 20 points. Alan Jakovic has 3 goals so far. The Demons going to the right in the second term. Monkhurst, a late inclusion in the side, taps down. A short kick up in the air going nowhere. Chance for Williams. Francis off the edge of the square. Short kick down towards full forward. No mark taken. Good punch away there by Lamprell. Snapshot is only one behind. Kick through by Peter Dacos.